Hi, thanks for tuning in to our ACo Love Where You Live series. My name is Mia Farrell. I'm a designer at ACo, and I'm here to help you love where you live. This series is going to take you start to finish through a kitchen remodel. I'm joined today by Bill Cundiff, project manager, and we're going to talk a little bit about what our process is like before we begin construction.
Right.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of fun.
So we have a meeting with our homeowners before we get started in construction, pre-construction meeting, aptly named. So tell us a little bit about your checklist when you sit down with a homeowner for that meeting.
Sure. Well, at the pre-construction meeting, it's usually the first time that we've talked to the homeowner, maybe for a few weeks, maybe for several weeks, depending on the lead times. We'll go through meetings, establishing designs and signing contracts, and then we're waiting.
Yeah.
So that meeting is a lot about reminding the homeowners about what's going to happen, talking about the schedule that we've established, asking them about how they'd like us to access their home, if there's special protocols for keeping pets contained, all the kind of things that will help ease their anxieties about how the project's going to proceed and how we're going to start and how we're going to take care of their home while we're in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's a pretty intrusive thing that we do. When we come into somebody's home, especially when it's a kitchen or your master bathroom, I mean, it can be the hub of your home and we're coming in and we're going to tear it all apart. So
and we're strangers mostly to start with. Yeah. I mean, by the end, usually we're pretty welcome.
Oh, yeah. Definitely get close through the process. But I think that meeting is really helpful to, like you said, ease some anxieties about going into something like this. Mm-hmm. So that meeting happens. We're about to start with demo. We obviously have some work to do to protect the rest of the house.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the things that we do when we come to protect the house from what we're about to do to it.
Yep. Well, absolutely. The first step that we do, we call job site prep. And so the goal of that is to come up with a plan for how to best protect the parts of the home that we're not planning to destroy.
Right.
Because demo is literally demolition. We're going to take apart all the stuff that's leaving and we're going to bring in new. But often we're leaving some of the cabinets, or we're protecting the existing floor, or we're leaving some of the trim or the casing alone. So we want to make sure that all that stuff is protected so that none of it gets damaged. We'll put down cardboard on the floors. We'll put up plastic curtains to contain dust. Drywall dust is probably our biggest concern when it comes to remodel, because it just floats on and goes everywhere.
Gets everywhere.
Right. And so you'll often see on one of our job sites that will cover up the vents for the air conditioner and the heater. Because if that return vent sucks in dust and it gets past the filter, or maybe that filter isn't there or hasn't been replaced in a while, then it could get thrown all through the whole house. So
that's exactly right. Dust is one of those inevitable things as a result of doing a remodel. You know, we do what we can to mitigate it and try to keep the job site as clean as possible. It's just one of those things. Dust particles are very small.
Usually by the time we get past drywall, we can back off on some of the things that it can be disruptive to have a giant curtain that separates your house into parts, but towards the end, we can take all that down and start to enjoy your home again. But,
absolutely. But, you know, as we go through the process, though, of construction, things will get installed. Like if you are doing the flooring, if we're putting in new countertops, and then there's still work to be done beyond that. So talk to me about what we do to protect those new things that have just been installed.
Well, a lot of the time we'll come in, we'll put down cardboard so that we have a walkway through the home, even if we've demoed the floors. Because that'll take care of muddy feet, it takes care of the drywall dust that gets spread around. Then we'll take all that up, we'll put in new floor, we'll put cardboard back down over the new floor to protect it. When we have countertops in the kitchen, most of the time a guy will come in to work around a countertop, he'll put his tools down. So we put down shipping blankets or stuff. We ask guys to always have one with them so that they can put that down on a floor or on a counter, wherever they're working, so that any tool that touches that isn't touching anything directly. So we'll cover that countertop before we hang any tile. We try to be as conscientious as we can. Prevent any
that was the word that was kind of floating through my head. As long as we have an approach to, you know, taking a look around and seeing what we've done and seeing what's around the space, and, you know, we're making a conscious effort to keep those things protected, I think we're in good shape. Speaking of a conscious effort, when in this particular scenario, the homeowner is tackling their own demo. Typically, that's something that we would take on. And I like to make sure that people understand that demo is not what you see on TV all the time. We're not coming in with sledgehammers. We're not coming in swinging. Talk to me a little bit about our approach to demoing a project.
Right. Well, you'll never see any of our guys come in with a sledgehammer to take cabinets apart, for instance. Cabinets are held up with maybe 4 or 5 screws. You take those apart, you carry the whole cabinet in one piece. You hit it with a sledgehammer, you've got 12 pieces to carry out.
You're making more work for yourself.
But you will see grinders, you'll see hammer drills, you'll see giant pry bars, you'll see hammers, and there'll be lots of noise. But I mean, that belies the fact that it's actually a very precise surgical kind of process where we're taking care of everything. So.
Yeah. And in this particular situation, when the homeowner did complete their own demolition or plan to, you know, in those kinds of scenarios, what we'll typically do is a walkthrough beforehand. So we say, okay, you were going to demo this, and, you know, now we are going to come in and let's just check everything and make sure that it's...
Yeah, people often overlook little things that they didn't realize needed to be taken care of in order to make sure that everything is ready for that next step.
Yeah, or they came in with a sledgehammer and they made a bigger mess.
Right. Ran out of weekend real fast. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, you know, all in all, our process is very, very precise, very meticulous, very conscientious of the homeowner and of your space, because it is your home, and we realize that what we're coming in and doing is going to get messy.
Yep.
So what we're about to see, though, through this process is, you know, a really great transformation of this kitchen, and definitely looking forward to seeing what's coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll definitely hear more from Bill through the process. So tune in next time.